Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles of Jemmas who well. Shalom to the hopeful elect, Barakatam. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Now, I don't really want to shed too much light on this, but it's just to show an example. And I'm gonna play this real quick. This guy acting a clown here. Yeah, and that's enough of that. If you actually look into it, it says John Cena wasn't completely naked at Oscars, but just about. And if you see here, even though you don't necessarily want to look, I mean, the guy was covered, but he was as close to it as possible. Now, really, it's shameful, to be, to be naked and to look at another man's nakedness, right? And we can get that through here. This is Genesis 9:23. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward and saw not their father's nakedness. And this is because Ham saw the nakedness of his father, right? And he went and he told his two friends, like, yo, dad's naked, his willies all hanging out, which is just, you don't do stuff like that. Even anyone with any sense, it's like you might see somebody who's older than you naked and you cover your face, you don't mention it to anybody else, because we might see certain people in our family, we might catch them like that. And when you're naked, you're bare. It's a very vulnerable position to be in. Even when you look at dogs while they're going to the toilet, if you look at them in the eye, they don't even give you eye contact. They feel shamed because you're exposed. You're basically at your base. And there's a reason why the Lord had us with clothes, even though people argue in the garden. But we know the difference between that and that. When you're a baby, right, you don't put on clothes because you're innocent. You don't understand the concept of clothes or being naked. And that's how Adam and Eve were in the garden. They were like as babes. And as you grow, that you're not supposed to look on another man's nakedness. Even you looking at porn is basically looking at another man's nakedness. It's not to say I've never seen it or I'm some holier than thou guy, but that's one of the reasons why that is going off, because you're looking at the nakedness of another man. You're not supposed to have threesomes and stuff like that with another man and running trains and that. But seeing all of this is grievous to Jake. If you're in the right spirit, because you understand that you have a base man over you. Someone that you wouldn't set to put by the flocks of your dogs is basically over on you, and it's humiliating, right? Because what he was doing there was is part of that so-called Illuminati humiliation process, because it's humiliating to have another person look on your nakedness, which is one of the reasons why people look down on porn and stuff like that, because people see your nakedness. You're basically humiliated. So to see this and to know, as an elect, Lord willing, we are part of that number, calling of election sure. We're working so that we can make our calling of election sure. We know we're going through a humiliation process right now. It's the same thing that Esau does to his luminaries, but it's on the right hand side. We're doing it for glory at the end, but they're doing it for riches in this world. And a brother brought this out is Esther, additions to Esther 13:5, and I thought this was a fire scripture, and I had to just bring this out, man. Seeing then we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in a strange manner of their laws, because their laws are wicked, man. You put a woman over a man, and as a man, that's humiliating. It's humiliating for somebody to tell you can't have your kids, or somebody's gonna take your house, or you have to pay this woman so and so amount after she cheated on you. That's humiliating. Different in a strange manner of laws, and it's strange. That is a strange law, and evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can, that our kingdom may not be firmly established, because we want a righteous kingdom, and not being able to establish a righteous kingdom or live righteously is humiliating, man. It really is. Having to get up in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, You go work for these Edomites, man. They look at you like you are nothing. You know, they trying to tell you what to do. You got the nigger woman talking about, I'm gonna talk and you be quiet, proud as hell because she knows she got Esau. You think if man was in Africa, there was this woman. She went to Ghana and she thought she was over in the UK. She tried to come with that same attitude. She got slapped over the car. He bent her over the bonnet because that's what happens when you are disrespectful. And if I went and I spoke to the man the same way, he probably would have done the same thing to me. He has no respect of persons. And you're not supposed to have that. But in here, you have respect of persons, and it's actually humiliating to know that judgment's supposed to come forth, and judgment isn't brought forth, man. And this is First Thessalonians 5:22. I'm gonna start at 22. Abstain from all appearance of evil. So you see in this and know that it's shameful for a man to be naked. This is an appearance of evil, man. Even though we know he's not naked, this is appearing to be evil. It's like my grandma, my family, my mother, my father might be somewhere, and then I make it seem as if I'm having sex with my woman, even though I'm not doing it. Or I might have a woman and her father's in the house somewhere, and then I'm kissing up on her, even though I'm not really doing it. I'm just doing it to get a reaction out of him. That's evil, man. You're not supposed to appear as if you're being evil. And when you go into the word humble, because right now we're being humbled, right? Which is it says the words humility, which goes into humble, and humiliate, although derived from the same root, humus, meaning earth, ground, right? And there's nothing lower than the ground. So when you're being humbled, you're being brought low. On the opposite ends of the spectrum. To humiliate is to cause a painful loss of pride, self-respect, or dignity. In contrast, humility means a modest opinion of one's own importance, but it says it's derived from the same. So even though it doesn't mean the exact same thing, it's the same root. When you have a modest opinion of yourself, when you have a low opinion of yourself, it's not to say we're what's it, masochist or something like that. When you basically you get pleasure from berating yourself, masochist. Oh, hang on, let me get that word. That's really pissing me off. Masochist or something like that. Masochist. How do you say it?
Masochist.
Yeah, masochist. A person who derives sexual gratification from their own pain or humiliation. Now, we're not masochists, but we understand, when the Lord says if you humble yourself, he'll exalt you at your latter end. Esau is exalting himself and the Lord is going to humble him. But it's the same thing, is the same, it comes from the same root word. We are being humiliated because we don't have any pride. You can't have pride in this kingdom, which pride is wicked anyway. You're supposed to have honor, but you can't even have honor in this kingdom. You don't really, we have self-respect, but we don't really have dignity. If you really want to be honest. Now Jacob say, well, I'm proud and but really you're not. You're nobody. If Esau wants, he can pull your car over, put you in cuffs, chuck a bunch of cocaine in your hand, make you put your fingerprints on it, and then arrest you for possession. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You can scream to the cows go home, and you still go in jail. So it is humiliating to know this man can do whatever he wants to us. And as as it says, Jacob is as a worm. When Esau came out, he came out first, but freely through the spirit. Jacob is older than Esau because Jacob goes right back to Adam. Esau comes from Cain, but even then, when you look at the elect and the first fruits, they were the first fruits with Yahushua. So that Jacob is first. He's the former of all things. Esau is really younger, so it says, "They that are younger than me have me in derision," and it's humiliating to have your younger brother be exalted over you. This is humiliate. What's the word? What does it mean to humiliate someone? To reduce someone to a lower position in one's own eyes or others' eyes. And that's Jake. You're in a low position in your own eyes and other people. People look at you like you're base. To make someone ashamed or embarrassed. And it's embarrassing to be a so-called black man in this society. It really is, man. It really is embarrassing, whether or not you want to admit it or not. Mortify hope they wouldn't humiliate themselves in the next game. Accuser of humiliating him in public feels so humiliated. Humiliation. And any brother that's dealt with the so-called family court system or dealt with women in this society, you understand it is humiliating dealing with women in society, because they're basically exalted over you. You know, you can't really run your house because this base man has put the woman, you know, the woman over you. And this is Zechariah 13:9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined. I will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. So you know that fire is a fire of humiliation, but you know, as it says, the latter end, you know, it will be glorious. Um, Let me go into the word humble real quick. This is humble, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's importance, of low social, administrative, or political rank. And Jake is low on the social totem pole, right? Of modest pretensions or dimensions. So we're supposed to be humble. We're pretty much being humiliated, right? The same way John Cena's been humiliated, the same way that you know, the Dave Chappelle and all these other comedians wear dresses and all this other stuff. Even though he said he didn't, but he has worn a dress before. He went through that humiliation process so that he could be exalted in this society. And we're going through a humiliation process in this society. Lord willing, we have that number to be exalted, you know, on the next go around in the next kingdom. You know, a kingdom wherefore is a kingdom of righteousness, where righteousness flourishes and is not no longer wicked. And we don't have to look at stuff like this, man. I'm not trying to see another man's rod, bro. Like I don't want to be watching TV and a man coming out. You know what I mean? Especially Jay. You know, you might be a little bit insecure about your body. You're like, right, this nigga in better shape than me. You ain't trying to see that, man. You don't really care. You're not even. You know what I mean? You're not trying to think about that, man. Cover up yourself. Have some damn dignity, man. This is Second Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. You know, and the land as well goes into healing us. You know, we're being healed spiritually because we know better. So now when we're going through stuff, we're not well, what's it? We're not condemned in the mind. You know, whereas other people go through the same things and it's gonna bug them out. It's gonna make them cry. It's gonna break them. They let be going through stuff these people in the world can't deal with. You know, we might not be physically the strongest, but mentally, you know, there's no one really stronger than a man who's after the ways of the Lord. You know, you look at what Yahushua went through, what Job went through, what David went through. You know, they were humble, they were humiliated, man. You know, and they still stood firm. They still kept their honor. You know, they didn't take it as a what did Job's wife say? Curse the Most High and die. You know, they kept firm. You know, they kept carrying on. That's what it means to be strong, to be low as hell and to still maintain a level of honor. Because I was saying to a brother the other day, you are who you are at your worst. You know, everybody can be kind and be generous and be this when you have the money or you have the means to be able to. When a man's low and he's still helping out brothers and he's still being respectful and he's still, you know, giving it a good fight, that shows the spirit that the brother is in, man. Uh, yeah, that's going into. I'm gonna just end out with this. This is Deuteronomy 28:59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance. Is completely humiliating to be plagued, man. We're plagued financially, physically, mentally. Jake fat, Jake got diabetes, Jake women out of order. The evil go sleep with Esau and come back to you. She get mad at you, she call it Esau. You know what I mean? That's a plague, man. You know, you have no might in your hand. It's humiliating, you know. But Lord willing, we endure to the end, and in the kingdom, Man's gonna humiliate Esau, you know? Gonna make you kiss the ring, so to speak. Man gonna just walk past you, just shove you in a corner somewhere, just slap your face when you feel like it. Because you deserve way more than that. You know what they get in the kingdom is light work to the thing that they put Jake through, man. Yeah, these people are wicked, man. You know, showing a half naked man on TV, man. What kind of madness is that, man? And all this stuff is free. The things that really destroy your mind are free, man. But yeah, let me stop before I ramble on. I've made my point, you know. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS rule well, and likewise elders. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, this video was edifying. Barakatham. Shalom. Kwame Asharala.